Good morning, everybody. It's Graham once again from Unearthed and another episode. I was going to say series, but another episode of Detecting Talk. Now, as a lot of you people that watch this channel and are on social media and are active in the world of metal detecting, you will know from today you are allowed to go out detecting. Fantastic news. So as long as you keep the social distancing measures in place and you're on your own or another one member of the household, I think, you're allowed to go out detecting. Fantastic news. So the virus must be now passing over and things are going to hopefully start getting back to some sort of normality. So I expect from today onwards that there's going to be a lot of people out and about detecting right through the weekend and beyond, and seeing some nice finds being unearthed, no doubt, which will be encouraging because we haven't seen anything really coming up out of the ground for weeks and weeks on end because of the lockdown. So let's hope we see some nice coins and artifacts being saved from destruction, and our chance to see them again after being lost for a number of years. Now, I've got some interesting information for you guys regarding new products. So I did mention to a couple of people this week that we'll be looking at showcasing a couple of new finds, accessories, etc. Now the first one, this is from Nocta Macro. Now it's a stainless digging tool, which I find quite good. I don't know if you can see that. There we have it. Now what I like about this, it's got a really strong, robust handle. You know, the classic, they're being clever for digging use only, and it's got the measure, it's got the teeth, cutting edge at the sides, and it also comes with a handy sheath which it fits inside. Now again, I did mention this earlier, it's stainless and it comes in quite a bit cheaper than some of the others on the market as well. So we've got these in stock now. I think there'll be a lot of people interested in them. Handy little digging tools. They're not too heavy either, but they're very strong. So give them a look out if you get a chance on the Unearthed website. We've got them in stock now. Another product that we've been shipping in actually for some time is the Unearthed accessory range from Australia. Now these guys make the carbon fibre shaft systems for the Equinox and the now famous red belly carbon fibre shafts, which are very, very popular, and also the alloy arm cups for the Equinox. Not only does it make the Equinox lighter, it makes it stronger, it makes it look better, everything else involved there. So they're very popular, but they've just recently brought out something that I think a lot of you guys will be interested in. Now this is the Detected Finds pouch. What I like about this is three things. There's three. Can I say three? Three things. It's well made. Actually, I'm probably going to say 4 or 5 things. It's well made. The belt adjusts to any waist size, which is handy. Also has this handy probe holder here for people with the pinpoint probes, which I think is a really good idea. Rather than having the probe strapped separately somewhere, this is inbuilt into the finds pouch itself. It's also got an attachment here for lanyards, if you can see. It's got a deep pocket at the top, which is even, well, I think this is the best part of the finds pouch. Really deep pocket, but underneath it's got mesh. I don't know if you can see the mesh. Now this mesh is to allow salt water to flow through it if you're a beach detectorist around your waist. It won't gather soil and dust and dirt in the bottom. It sort of flushes out clean, as you can see. But also it won't lose any small chains, items of jewellery, coins or any other artifacts that you decide to put in there. So it's a really good feature having that sort of vented system at the bottom to let this, you know, these beach detectors that go out with it around the waist when they're detecting in shallow water, the water can just flush through. And it's also got another pocket here, slightly smaller. Maybe you want to put other things in there, you know, your desirable finds maybe, I don't know. But these are on the website now and these are extremely popular. We're selling more of these than any other finds pouch on the market. And of course it's the Detected sign. Now there's limited stock available. We've had to ship another load in this week because of that popular. So there they are, give them a look. Really good idea. I'm going to start using one of these myself. I do use a chest harness, but these are, what I like about these, I can stick my probe in there. I don't have to worry about losing it. I can put attach my lanyard onto the Probe if I wish. Happy days. Happy days. So I'll give them a look on the Unearthed website, folks. Right, onto the main topic. Now, this might be of interest to some of you guys, and it might not be, but let's have a go at it. Just a bit of insight into, I was thinking, because of the lockdown, you get a lot of time to think. Now that could be a dangerous thing in my eyes for some people, but if you think too deep, you can go around the bend. But I was thinking a couple of times the last couple of weeks about, you look back at some of the success stories of our Unearthed digs, and I want to share this with you guys, and I think it'll be of interest and a bit of a story that goes with it. Now, when we decided to do our Unearthed organised digs, we had to do a lot of thought process behind the scenes, because we don't want to get tagged by just being one of these sort of rally organisers that are out to make money off people and just sticking them on land anywhere. We wanted to do things a little bit differently, and originally we did the digs for our customers only and friends, which hasn't changed much, to be fair. It's more of our friends now, hand-picked, that come along, and invites only. That's going to be the crack for the foreseeable future. But one of them sticks out in my mind, where I contacted a farmer once, a couple of years, 3 or 4 years back, and I didn't know what to expect. It was, I did the research on the particular patch of land that he owned, and I found it very interesting, historical wise. So I decided to take the plunge and give him a call over the phone, and he turned out to be a very nice chap. He was very interested in having us on as a group to do some detecting. So we made arrangements to go up and meet him at his farmhouse, which was around about two hours drive from where we are, heading north. And I remember me and Melanie getting in the car, and we put Tinker in the back, and we set off, and it was absolutely pouring down. I mean, it was just bouncing. And we set off on we got on the A590 and on the M6, and we were travelling up towards Penrith and beyond, heading towards Carlisle. And the heavens had just, it just hadn't stopped. It was relentless rain, and the wind was battering the car, and I was thinking, good God, what are we going to run into here? And of course, it was a typical miserable Saturday morning, sort of late on autumn time, if I remember. And we struggled to find the farm. The sat-nav in the particular car that we were driving at the time wasn't that good. You needed a degree to operate it, so we were struggling to find the farm. It took us an hour actually to find the farm driving around, and we finally found it down a narrow road that led to the fields and the farmhouse itself. Got out of the car, introduced ourselves to the farmer, sort of a tentative knock on the door. What do you expect? He's never seen us before, we've never seen him, etc., etc. But he turned out to be a really nice chap. Took us into the farmhouse, into the kitchen, offered us a cup of tea. We talked to him at length about the process, about how we operate our organised digs. And he was quite keen. He liked the professional side of it, that we handpick the people, we do things by the book. Any treasure finds will be announced on the day. We will make sure that the farmer knows of everything that's found there as well, and kept in the loop, and everything else, the laws around the Treasure Act, and everything else that falls into place. Numbers of people, and of course how much we pay the farmer as well. You've got to remember, the farmer gets all the money. We don't take anything off it. We don't make any profits out of our digs. And he then decided to open a map up of his farm, which was quite an old map, and he spread it out on his table, which was quite a big map, a huge map in fact. And he showed me areas of interest, or potential interest on the farm. Now, one thing I did say to him when I was talking to the gentleman, the farmer, is talked about the history of the place, and I talked about the research that I did myself on his particular farm, which, he probably already knew this anyway. He certainly didn't need me to tell him his own history, but there was a couple of things that I picked up which were interesting on his land, features-wise. And I did say to him at the time, I said, I wouldn't be surprised if a horde comes up off this land at some point. And I remember him looking at me. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me and smiled, a sort of a wry grin on his face. And I think in his mind he must have thought, who is this nutter? And that was that. We organised the dig, and the first dig on there was in late November, a beautiful winter's day. But of course the hours were short, and not a great deal came up. A couple of Roman bits and a bit of a Viking swivel, if I remember, and a couple of hammered coins. There wasn't a great deal of anything of note that came up off the first dig, and I went away feeling rather disappointed that I dragged maybe 45 people or 40 people up there for a day's detecting, and not a great deal came to light. But I had it in the back of my mind, there must be something on this land. So of course we did organise to have another day detecting on there later on, maybe 6 months later, and that was a better session. More came up, and we started finding the hotspots on the farm. And a Roman gold ring came up for one of the attendees, which obviously went through the Treasure Act, which was good. And all the time I had in my mind that there was, because of the history of the place and the area and everything else, I just had this feeling, this feeling that there would be a hoard on there. And lo and behold, I think it was on our 4th trip, we had at least four detecting sessions on that farm. In January this year, the hoard of silver medieval pennies by Chris came to light. And I remember walking off that day with a wry grin on my face, speaking to the farmer. He said, you know what? He said, when I met you 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago, you said there would be a hoard on here. And I just thought to myself, what is he talking about? So he did think what I thought he thought, by thinking, who is this nutter? But he said, I can't believe it's come true. And I said, you know, don't rule out the possibility of more really important finds coming up off your farm. And of course, the same day, the medieval gold ring of Collins turned up, which was fantastic. What an amazing discovery that was. I think that'll be of county-wide importance at the very least. So watch out for that when it goes through the Treasure Act. Both the hoard and the ring are going through the Treasure Act as we speak. But it just goes to show, you know, the journey from the initial phone call to the farm and then travelling up there in the horrendous weather, not knowing what to expect. We didn't even get proper chance to walk on the land because the weather was that bad. You know, we potted the fields out, we looked at the maps and everything else. But I just had that feeling, and it's strange. You just have the feeling of a certain area which is of interest, and obviously it paid off. Now, leading on from that, just before the lockdown, a friend of mine, a customer and a friend, because of course we are detectorists ourselves, as you know, really sort of serious detectorists. I'm a very, very serious detectorist, and I've been for a long time. And we get to know a lot of people through the business as well, a lot of customers that turn into friends. And just before the lockdown commenced, a friend of mine found a rather significant find. And of course, because of the lockdown, he went into sort of, not isolation, but he sort of, everything locked down, his work stopped and everything else. And the particular find that he made, he kept safe until now. And yesterday I got a call off him telling me about this amazing find that he'd made. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is now. I'm going to save it for a later video, which you're going to be disappointed. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I've got to get his consent first into showing it. I want to show it on this YouTube channel what it is, because it is a find of national importance. It's that good. So watch this space. The next YouTube video, hopefully, if I get agreement from the guy, which I'm sure he will allow me to do, we'll show it. We'll show the find. I'll show you some images of it, and I'll talk you through what it is and how valuable it is. And not just valuable money-wise, we're not really sort of interested in that, but historical-wise, although it is extremely valuable. It's the historical content of the find that makes it even more amazing. So watch this space. The next YouTube detecting talk video from us here at Unearthed will be based around this rather significant find that's been made. So watch this space. Also, take care, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Bye for now.